Chapter 9. And the queen of Sheba hath heard of the fame of Solomon, and cometh in to try Solomon with acute sayings, to Jerusalem with a very great company, and camels bearing spices and gold in abundance, and precious stone. And she cometh in unto Solomon, and speaketh with him all that hath been with her heart. And Solomon declareth to her all her matters, and there hath not been hid a thing from Solomon that he hath not declared to her. And the queen of Sheba seeth the wisdom of Solomon, and the house that he hath built, and the food of his table, and the sitting of his servants, and the standing of his ministers, and their clothing, and his stewards, and their clothing, and his burnt offering that he offered up in the house of Jehovah. And there hath not been any more spirit in her. And she saith unto the king, True is the word that I heard in my land concerning thy matters, and concerning thy wisdom. And I have given no credence to their words, till that I have come, and mine eyes see, and lo, there hath not been declared to me the half of the abundance of thy wisdom. Thou hast added unto the report that I heard. O the happiness of thy men, and the happiness of thy servants, these, who are standing before thee continually, and hearing thy wisdom. Let Jehovah thy God be blessed, who hath delighted in thee, to put thee on his throne for king for Jehovah thy God, in the love of thy God to Israel, to establish it to the age. He hath put thee over them for king, to do judgment and righteousness. And she giveth to the king 120 talents of gold, and spices in great abundance, and precious stone. And there hath not been any such spice as the queen of Sheba hath given to King Solomon. And also servants of Huram, and servants of Solomon, who brought in gold from Ophir, have brought in algum trees and precious stone. And the king maketh the algum trees staircases for the house of Jehovah, and for the house of the king, and harps and psalteries for singers, and there have been none seen like these before in the land of Judah. And King Solomon hath given to the queen of Sheba all her desire that she asked, apart from that which she had brought unto the king, and she turneth and goeth to her land, she and her servants. And the weight of the gold that is coming to Solomon in 1 year is 666 talents of gold, apart from what the tourists and the merchants are bringing in. And all the kings of Arabia and the governors of the land are bringing in gold and silver to Solomon. And King Solomon maketh 200 targets of alloyed gold, 600 shekels of alloyed gold he causeth to go up on the one target, and 300 shekels of alloyed gold, 300 shekels of gold he causeth to go up on the one shield, and the king putteth them in the house of the forest of Lebanon. And the king maketh a great throne of ivory, and overlayeth it with pure gold. And 6 steps are to the throne, and a footstool of gold, to the throne they are fastened. And hands are on this side and on that on the place of the sitting, and 2 lions are standing near the hands. And 12 lions are standing there on the 6 steps on this side and on that. It hath not been made so for any kingdom. And all the drinking vessels of King Solomon are of gold, and all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon are of refined gold. Silver is not reckoned in the days of Solomon for anything. For ships of the king are going to Tarshish with servants of Huram. Once in 3 years come do the ships of Tarshish bearing gold, and silver, ivory, apes, and peacocks. And King Solomon becometh greater than any of the kings of the earth for riches and wisdom. And all the kings of the earth are seeking the presence of Solomon to hear his wisdom that God hath put in his heart. And they are bringing in each his present, vessels of silver and vessels of gold, and garments, harness, and spices, horses and mules, a rate year by year. And there are to Solomon 4,000 stalls for horses and chariots, and 12,000 horsemen. And he placed them in cities of the chariot, and with the king in Jerusalem. And he is ruling over all the kings from the river even unto the land of the Philistines, and unto the border of Egypt. And the king maketh the silver in Jerusalem as stones, and the cedars he hath made as sycamores that are in the low country for abundance. And they are bringing out horses from Egypt to Solomon, and from all the lands. And the rest of the matters of Solomon, the first and the last, are they not written beside the matters of Nathan the prophet, and beside the prophecy of Ahijah the Shilonite, and with the visions of Iddo the seer concerning Jeroboam son of Nebat? And Solomon reigneth in Jerusalem over all Israel 40 years. And Solomon lieth with his fathers, and they bury him in the city of David his father, and reign doth Rehoboam his son in his stead.